Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Asafo Digital. If it's your first time joining us, you already know. Hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. Check out the links underneath the video if you want to find out more about what we got going on, who we are, merchandise, all that good stuff, discounts, all that stuff you can find below in the description. And we back with another video. We're gonna start this new game called Hellblade, or it's an older game, but it's a game that I wanted to play for a while. I'm just finally getting around to playing it, so pretty dope. It kind of got like Norse mythology type thing going on. It looks Mayan to me. I don't know, but I'm gonna see what it's really about whenever we get inside of this. And it's interesting. Don't really know too much about it. It just looked really well made, so I'm gonna try it out. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Feel free to jump into the chat, all that good stuff. So let's see. Yeah, so we were just playing that Sekiro game, which is pretty dope. That shit is super hard, but I mean, I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I didn't enjoy the fact that I would probably have to have 1,000,001 videos to complete the game, and I would miss out on all the other great games that are coming out this year. Just focus on that one game. But even though I left a kind of rough review on the game, I still feel like it's an enjoyable game if you want to dedicate a lot of time to it, and it's definitely worth going back at. So I'm going to go back at a later date, and we'll do more videos for that. But it's just a lot of stuff right now that I want to play, a lot of things coming out, and we're going to get onto this. I know there's some fly shit coming out next week. Something like, I'm trying to remember what the name of the game was, that I definitely want to play on this channel. The Sinking City or something like that. It sounds very interesting. It looks dope, so I don't know. I like it being too dark, but I like some mystery, so we're gonna go here. Hellblade feature. What's that? Let's check this out. Maybe this will give us some insight into what the game's about.
She's dreamt of this before. It's coming. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake? And we only see what our inner eye creates for us. Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching.
The original idea for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In Hellblade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senua in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall, called Hadrian's Wall, that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't live home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts, steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis. In the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The Northmen's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment. I came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was Gelt. A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was druth, meaning fool, or liar, one who utters the words of God. They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Druth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky.
The heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and people everywhere.
Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. Mental illness such as psychosis is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media. I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
You're already dead. Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favour of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Welcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides a fresh perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much for coming here.
Pleasure. Thanks. It's really interesting for me. I'd love to be involved. I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions with a different set of rules. If we were to represent Senua's psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
Hearing voices is an experience that is usually associated with severe mental illness, and crucially we know that hearing voices is a part of ordinary life.
Okay, I think that we can finish this another time. That's extra long. I thought it was a feature, not the whole motherfucking game. The main feature, that's what they meant. Not Hellblade feature. They meant it was the main feature. That shit was long than a motherfucker. God damn. A lot of important information. Definitely let us know a little bit about the game. So I guess we're going to be dealing with her psychosis. We're going to go through this game, and she's going to be experiencing a world that she's creating from inside of her mind and her subconscious. So, interesting. You know? Because there's a lot of information that goes into that that also ties itself into the reality of the world we live in. You know, dealing with how things are manifested from the pineal gland. Interesting concept, though. I like that. But, you know, that's what interested me to the game. That's what attracted me to the game. Made me want to play this shit. Now, after everybody's been waiting for 25 hours, we can finally play. So let's just jump in. Fuck all that. I didn't think it was going to be that long. Hellblade, Senua's sacrifice. What will be her sacrifice? I wonder if this is going to be one of those long-ass loading screen games where every time you play you got to sit there for 25 minutes between each cutscene. That wasn't too bad.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Now, her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. The head. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness.
Yeah, this is interesting.
There'll be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? Why
Oh, another random thing I want to throw out there. We will be playing Sonic too. We will be playing Sonic Mania soon, so we'll be doing that too. I definitely want to get in there.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. That's not quite true. Some are old, some are new.
I like this.
Changed.
In this game, I'm not sure if this came out before God of War or after God of War. But I do know it has, being that it's Norse mythology, which seems to be a popular thing at the moment. It's very similar. I mean, it looks beautiful, though. They did a great job.
You see it too? You promised. Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call Hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
Can you shut the fuck up, please? These voices are fucking annoying. But I guess that's a part of the game. You're crazy in the game, and it makes you go crazy in real life. Listening to all these fucking voices.
Look around and you'll see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here.
What are they reading in my motherfucking ears? That's what I'm... Incantations and shit in my motherfucking ears. That's...
Can you see them? They're going to do that to you.
Yeah. This game is going to be crazy. It might get annoying. I don't know. These voices are a little bit...
Can you feel them watching? They're watching her.
And I got the 3D audio on in my headset, so the voices are coming from all different angles. It's crazy.
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be?
No.
You'd think she would get used
We would
to
just
it
keep
by
moving
now,
forward.
so
Come on. The only
the darkness,
it's a long ass beginning.
it just builds onto itself.
There's a voice in my head telling me this is a long ass beginning. This shit is getting on my nerves.
You might try and ignore it. Turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight. Where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
This is interesting.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own.
That's all I can really say right now because I'm intrigued. I really want to play. But it's just taking 18 years. I'm pressing X button. Yeah, that's me pressing X button.
That's far.
We're not going nowhere.
Far deeper.
Okay. It might be over with. Might be time to actually play the game. I like the introduction for like the first, I'll say 30 seconds. After that, it was just too much waiting. Too much anticipation of what's to come. I'm ready for our journey to begin. I'm ready to start slashing shit, upgrading abilities, jumping and kicking, finding shit. I'm ready to start doing all the above. She's leaving her canoe behind. Come on.
It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge
She's
you.
super shot at.
No one will ever know.
No one ever know you got back in the boat.
There's no going back.
Okay.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Okay, we're moving. Okay, side to side. The camera angle, I like that. I kind of like the way that it's like right up on you over your shoulder. That's not bad. The visuals are nice. I like how they did all the artwork, all the detail. Let me see. Well, the detail is not that defined. It's kind of generic, these models right here. But I love what went into creating these this open world right now. Feels good. May not be the most top quality, but it looks okay.
Look closer. Look. Use your eyes. Why isn't she looking closer? She needs to look closer. Focus.
Okay. Which button lets me focus?
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate. But gods and the living will follow this path.
That's the same voice from God of War.
Across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim. Do not forget my stories.
And it starts over again. Please, I don't want to do that again.
Comes from hell.
No, is there a skip? Fast forward button or something?
They say the burning of a corpse will take
Well, maybe I get to hear the whole thing as I go. I don't got to stand by.
But gods and the living will follow this path.
Okay.
You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there. Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there.
I want to hear the rest of it. I didn't listen to the end. I'm sure the end is important.
Hela's gate. But gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Okay, that's good. That was it? Okay. I thought I went out of range to hear it, so it just stopped and shit. So. Here we go. I don't got no weapons, so fighting is not really happening right now. Come on, come on.
Darkness is coming. Yearns for life. Hungers for it. There's a pack of wolves in the heat. But she's not stopping. Not this time. Asafo was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim. There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
Okay. So L1 lets me run, R2 allows me to focus.
He's already dead. His soul is still alive. She needs to save his soul.
The bridge to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. Her part wasn't so easy to forget. The old force said there was a hidden path to it. Let's see.
Only the dead may cross, but there's a hidden path. We gotta find the hidden path, wherever that's at. Only the dead may cross. Would I use like a dead body as a boat or some shit? I don't know. We're gonna figure it out.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
Just drop down. Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
Okay, here we go. We made it. Wasn't too hitting to me. Seemed like it was right in front of me.
Don't kill me. Not for them. I was just hiding. Why not live longer that way? The bastards catch me again. Never!
From my tales of the Northmen, they call me Truth. Liar.
An old fool. Truth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
To guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
This motherfucker here.
I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
What happens if you focus?
Okay, we got it. We just gotta find a lookalike. That's all. Find one like it inside of it. Interesting. Is that what we do? And then we try to focus on it. Where is it? It's only the first one, so it should be somewhere obvious. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Maybe I have to find this somewhere else in the environment. I don't know. Oh. They can be anywhere. Hold up. Somewhere in the environment. It looks like a piece of, it could be like the bridge or something. Like, how do you get back? It's not even possible. I'm not able to get back. Maybe. I'm gonna see, like, if I was this, where would it be hidden at? Honestly. I'm looking at these designs over here in the sky. I found it. Here it is. Bam.
Towards the gate.
Ah, shadow.
The gate.
Interesting.
The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. It worked.
Okay, on to the next.
Spent 6 years enslaved in hell. But I watched the Northmen. Learned their ways.
I know you did.
You listened?
Let's look over the
Everyone
age.
else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here.
I wonder when I'm gonna get the weapon up. I definitely need a blade.
You can stand on the edge. Pretend it's going to
Well, I have a blade. I'm not even recognizing. She's just not able to use it.
near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
Let's go down here.
Stay back. Look at it. You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim.
Okay, first trophy, the fight begins. Let's get it.
Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
Okay, here we go. What's about to happen? Here we go, come on. Okay, it's time to fight some shit. Okay, I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. It's not telling me. I'm spinning and shit. Okay. Ooh, shit. Interesting. Can we finish the job? You just gotta figure out on your own. What's up, beast? Nah, none of that. She don't even got no health. Where is her health bar? That's what I'm saying. Ooh, shit, man. A ghost warrior. Is there a block button? Did you get the block? Okay. It doesn't tell you. You gotta learn on your own. She's trying to kill me, huh? You get hit enough times, you die. But you don't get hit, your health comes back. Stay tough. Oh, it was meant for me to die. It's part of the story. Now you can enter the gate. You had to die before you could enter the gate. Only the dead can enter.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain, and does not reason. It is wrought, and now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, The seed of the soul. Until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
The dark rot will grow each time I fail. If the rot reaches Senua's head, her quest is over. Ooh, that's interesting. And all progress will be lost. And we begin again at the beginning of the game.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her.
They just had a mechanic like that in
With every defeat,
Sekiro.
the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow. Whatever the cost.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
It won't open. How will she get through? Why won't it open? Why can't she open it? She needs to challenge the gods. She has to fight two gods first. Two gods? Two gates. Which will she choose first?
To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness.
The fire giant has answered. He comes from a land older than mankind. And the Northmen call upon his flaming sword to raise their enemies.
And you weren't expecting that.
Let's get it.
Find him, Senua. And spill his blood.
She found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast. Was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her. We spoke of his own darkness. The Northmen.
We each walk these lands, gazing towards different horizons. Some of us further than others. Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
So if I pay attention to certain things in the environment, I guess I'm able to interact with them and receive updates. Updates on information and what I need to actually be doing. So, okay, let's continue our journey. It makes you want to just look around the environment because you don't know what is around what corner.
Your kind.
Okay. What's this here? Maybe there's something up here. Maybe there's something I have to get later. I don't see nothing right now. Let's go get this door. Ah, I see what it is. It's going to be a symbol on the door, and then I have to find it in the environment. Shit, son.
Take him down! Take him down! Stop them!
Son.
He's gone!
Silence!
Come on, let's get it.
End it now. This is nearly the end.
Good. How many of them do I gotta kill? Are we good? It's not really no health, but if you get hit too many times, you just die. Let's see.
I can still smell it.
Okay.
Sickly stench of burning
Let's do that.
And I still hear their cries carried in the wind.
So, this is gonna be cake pie. Somehow, some way, these little Y things on the side are gonna form exactly what I need. Maybe. Hold on. It must be on that hilltop. It's the only way. Found one. With the Y. Maybe down here.
Are they screaming?
There we go. Maybe over here. There we go. Okay, let's get out of here.
The path to Helheim is sealed to the living, but you already walk amongst the dead.
Look towards the gate, and you will see that it has opened.
Pretty dope so far.
To my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, and slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it.
Okay. So, creeping up all of that.
Come this far, she needs to. You can do it. You're close.
Good, come on. Come on, that shit. Block that shit.
Capable warrior. Training.
Get it, come on. Let's win, baby. That's all. Hell yeah. Son, that was kind of tough when both of them were right there.
When you see a fire gate of soot, know that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel and let the dead walk through. Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to soot.
Find the fire of what? Okay, whatever. Find the fire or some other shit. That's what we're about to do. Hold on, let me see this. Let's see. Some type of sub menu that might give my objectives or something listed. It's all good. Let's get it. Okay. Definitely go around this side. Okay, she made it through the door.
As you want, but you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer, because you cannot overcome suffering if you refuse to look at it.
Where's it gone? The fire's disappeared. The buyer. Cert is through there. He's waiting for her. You can't get through. How will she get through?
She'll need to find another way.
Truth, cert. Find your own path.
There's always another way.
Yeah, there is always another way.
Find your own way.
You just have to find it. Cert is waiting for you. It was never going to be that easy. He's waiting. Cert is waiting for you. Find him. The buyer.
The Northmen tell this story.
Before the Earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice, creating the body of the first giant Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
Okay, cool. It would be nice if you could hear it the whole time as you ran without it cutting off, but okay.
Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
Okay, cool.
It's too far.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you're going. She needs to remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt. I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their eyes, but they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Do that momentarily. Just look around real quick. Make sure I know how I'm gonna run to get out of here. I'm gonna fall down here, I'm gonna run straight down the path. Here we go.
Answer your prayers, Senua. I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own path, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me! I am alone. Let's see what's up here. I'm thinking I'm gonna need to
get the rooms off of the door over here. So that I can open this gate. Okay, bam, I'm R. Looks like an X,
Northmen
two
of hell
sides.
worship the devourers, insatiable gods of darkness.
Side is trees.
I come from Erin, Senua, where
R.
I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge and a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things.
Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
Okay, so I guess these are like clues. When you see a lot of the symbol popping up, that means that you're in the area where you can see one. I don't know. Trying to find the right shapes to do what needs to be done. Maybe I need to go back through here. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I need to look at things from a whole nother angle. There we go. I was looking at that path. It looked like scribble a little bit, but I figured it was probably something like that. Okay. Cool, we got one left. One more. Kinda looks like that's it, but it's not. There we go. Got it. Okay, cool. On to the next. Get it, let's get it. Get it. I'm dead. Fuck. Come on, B. Come on, let's get it. No, I'm not dead yet. Let's get it. Finish him. Come on, let's get it. Let's get on my teeth. Still got it. Come on. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hell yeah. I still made it. I didn't die. Hell yeah.
You say your world has collapsed. Good. Let it collapse. And have the courage to shed your tears.
Raise your world to the prime!
My world is dead.
Only Only then, as with a newborn, will you see the world anew.
No, I see nothing now.
Okay, let's get it. On to the next part. See what's here first, and then we'll go over there. Okay, here we go, another door.
Tell me truth. How did you escape your darkness?
Senua, once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it. Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others. Even my captors feared the fire of Surt. And so, Senua, during the path to Surt, I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
I'm glad I found you in the wilds. I wouldn't have made it without you.
Let's see what's up there. This one can be found somewhere around here. Interesting. This is like you gotta search, it's like some old Where's Waldo type shit going on in the game. You gotta keep finding these shapes, these different rooms that are scattered all throughout the world, hidden in different ways. You know, I've seen it as flames, I've seen it as a shadow, so it's really unpredictable. Like, what could it be? It could be anything. It could be sticks. And this is giving me the hint, like, right now, this is the shape that's somewhere around here, but I don't see it. I'm feeling like it's around here somewhere. Still having a tough time though. Let's try the other shapes. Okay, you know what, let me go up here. There we go. Right there. Okay, we got one. Let's see what we can find over here. I'm close, but this isn't it. Okay, here we go.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like... The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword. And at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the gods. He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire.
Okay, now everybody open that. Ah, here we go. I'm tripping. He was right here the whole time. You have to go outside to get that joint. There we go. Damn. One more left. This joint. This is the last one, but I need to be on top of the tower. This was the one I had the most trouble with. I think it's giving me a hint. This one's a little tough. Hold up, hold up. Says some shit in the ground now. Do not see. This shape in the environment. Not to be off of a straight pole. I am really like, it's tough right now. I'm having a hard time trying to find this room. What has the shape? Okay, I'm just trying to climb down the ladder, that's all I want to do. But I know I'm not going to find what I'm looking for down there. So, might as well stay up here and keep looking. Okay. Anyhow, we'll play some more of this at a later date. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe to our channel. I'll be back tomorrow night with more of this Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade. It's a dope game so far. It seems like it's more puzzle oriented, but I dig it. It's cool. I wish there was more action. Not a lot of action so far, but it's definitely put together beautifully. So I mean, it looks good. But outside of that, the gameplay could get a little bit of tightening up. But I don't mind. This is a game that more so takes patience, and you know, I guess problem solving will be, you know, really at the forefront of this game. So we'll see. So anyway, I'll just hit that like button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.